Joe's Valley is a beautiful place, chock full of absolutely world-class sandstone boulders. It's my boy Moser's birthday and he's looking to climb 100 V points today. So we'll be checking out a bunch of sweet climbs today from V1 to V7 in the new Joe's area. We'll start our day in this cool little spot called The Closet, which was apparently everyone's idea. Moser was rearing to go and got the jump on me and started climbing this V1 before I was ready to film. Probably the chillest climb he did all day though, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. This climb is called Lamar. Stand start, big holds, and an easy finish. Super fun though, highly recommended as a warm-up. I don't know if you've ever counted up your V points before, but when I have, I've never had more than 25 or 30 in a day. 100 seems pretty crazy to me, honestly. To make it somewhat achievable, Ryan's allowing for repeats, which is how I got 2 angles of this cool little V2 called Bonzai Lightning. This is the stand start to a really cool V1 called Desperado, but it also has a sit start that goes at V2 called Desperate, so I'm just going to show you that whole thing. I was actually pretty proud of myself this time for finding this cheeky little drop knee beta that made the start a lot smoother than it was for me the last time. The sit start is a bit awkward, but once you figure it out, this might be my favorite climb to do in the closet. I did it the last time we were here at Joe's as well. I didn't film myself much today because I was focused up on Ryan's challenge and making sure to catch all his footage. Even so, I think I ended with about 20 V points with no repeats, which for me was a pretty solid day. Let's take a quick before shot of that finger skin.
About 10 V points into the day.
Is that what you're at so far?
I haven't counted, but...
Don't worry, we're gonna total them up as we leave each area. Avid watchers of the channel may know that Ryan is the least frequently injured member of our Colorado climbing crew. You may also know that he's historically more of a sport climber than a boulderer, but these last 6 months or so he's been really into bouldering and been pushing the grade. It's kind of funny, he's already climbing boulders that I wouldn't consider a warm-up. This awesome V4 called Perfect Jeans traverses the overhanging face of this boulder and is almost like an outdoor moonboard climb, except for the top out of course, which is similar to the V2 Bonzai Lightning, but exactly the same as the V3 Bad Jeans. Ryan's gonna try that one next. Climbs on this face all have these perfectly sculpted little crimps, just big enough, just ergonomic enough. Still not a warm-up climb for me, but good crimps. Makes for some really fun climbing. Dude, check out this iPhone 16 Pro's cinematic mode. I'm in regular mode for the shot at the bottom of the climb, and then cinematic mode for the top down. Camera purists might not love it, but I think it looks great and it's easy to use, so I do most of my filming on my phone these days.
Well, good work at the closet. I cleaned it up pretty quick.
26 points. Not bad. Similar to me, Moser likes to wear his comfy Mythos until he really needs a more aggressive performance shoe. You don't want to do this one in the Mythos?
No, I think I need a real heel for this.
I sometimes still stick in the Mythos even then, probably to my detriment. Remember those 2 V7s that I said Moser had planned? Well, they are both on this boulder. He's starting with Planet of the Apes, which goes up this right arete, and is a problem I would really love to send. I was able to do like one move on it last time, but I was able to link a couple today actually. Not like our boy Moser, unfortunately.
Come on. Get up there. Dude.
Dang.
Can keep the feet in. That's too much work not to get it.
I know, you're burning energy, dude. All right, I gotta come clean with you about something. Those first fails that you saw on this boulder were not actually Ryan's first attempts at sending this boulder today. The one on the left here was actually his first attempt. If you pay close attention, you can tell he's a little more fresh here than he was in those other fails. In fact, he was able to pull off the day flash on this boulder. Nice, Ryan, come on, dude. And the shot on the right is him eventually snagging the repeat after a few failed attempts in between. Come on, dude. He fine-tuned his top-out beta by throwing this left heel while his left hand was still on the crimp instead of matching it on the sloper above. Dude, sick. That looked better with the early heel, like you said.
Yeah.
That worked.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to top it out.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Mountain Project claims that the sister V7 going up the left side of this boulder is the easier of the two, but in my experience watching people climb both of these boulders, I do not think that's the case. Considering that they're on the same boulder and have the same starting hold, they actually differ considerably. Planet of the Apes on the right is thuggy and powerful, and Chips on the left is really all about the crux move.
Come on.
Pretty good first burn. Ryan's got a pretty tough goal that he's trying to accomplish here today. He could have probably taken the easier route and just did a bunch of moderates and not worked in any 7s or 6s or whatever, but dang.
Where am I hitting it?
You hit it like an inch to the right of the dick.
He's really trying to give it a proper go. And each fail on this boulder costs him a bunch of energy that could be used for getting other V points later. So after taking a minute to try the crux move in isolation, he's taking a rest and giving it one more burn. Nice, Ryan. Come on, dude. Come on.
It's feeling harder.
Yeah. It didn't look like he had the same. Didn't look like he has near the same energy level he had when we started, but he's only backing off a little bit to this crazy V6 called Pocket Rocket. I felt around in this pocket and weighted it and sort of gave it a half attempt, but I can tell you it was not for me. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh. That was dope though.
Didn't quite get enough meat around it.
Yeah, okay. You had a good swing though. You took the hero swing.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught good that time.
Yeah. I cheated up from the left and did the top out. Not the crux, but still takes some energy and is kind of awkward. That is a sweet boulder. I would be super psyched to send it.
Okay.
Sweet.
That felt better.
Yeah, dude, that one just looked really solid.
Yeah, it landed perfect.
Yep, no swing, just like stuck it and stayed pretty much.
What do you think? I got 2 more of those in me.
Nice. Woo. The top out may not be the crux, but it's definitely not a gimme. It's burning more energy. Sweet, dude. Good work.
Second one felt harder.
Nice. Woo. You managed to send it 3 times, so how hard could it be, right? Well, I'd still be psyched to send it once. We're moving on from Pocket Rocket. Let's do a little quick math. See, so that's 26 points at the Closet, 14 points at Chips and Planet of the Apes, and then 18 points at Pocket Rocket, making for a total of 58.
And your wrist is just like digging it.
Yeah, totally. It's right on the corner. This is Super Sloper, and you can either bump and battle your way through this first really bad sloper, or use the big boy beta brake and skip right to the second. Easy. Pretty sick problem either way, but in my opinion, much more enjoyable in the second way. After snagging this sloper, you've got a somewhat desperate move to like a shallow pocket. I was trying to go wide to the better pocket before, and it was never working out. And your feet are pretty poor until you get them on top of the last sloper, and then into the Wacos and jugs above. Super fun climbing from there. I was trying to help Ryan figure out some beta so he could save energy, but that didn't really work out. Him doing that skip move actually got me to try it again and end up sending it. We are running a little low on daylight, so it's a good thing Ryan sent this one 3 times for a total of 9 more points.
Cool boulder.
Nice. Keeps the classic status.
Yeah, it's really solid.
Sweet. That was the best one. The 9 points from Super Sloper brings the new total to 67 for Ryan. He still has as many V points to go as I've ever gotten in a full day, basically.
Hey. Ooh.
Although Ryan's got some endurance from being a sport climber, he's really starting to feel the fatigue set in from all these boulders, and each one's getting a little bit harder than the last. We're just straight up, tall boy. This little V1's called Goatee, and I bet it's feeling a lot harder than V1 for Ryan right now. I think it makes it a two-move boulder when you do it like that. Nice, dude. Ryan blew some minds with this little crosshand start beta. For some reason, I thought this traversing boulder was a V2 when he was trying it, but looking it up on Mountain Project afterwards, it's a 3-4 called Goatee Traverse. This is when I really started seeing the fatigue build up on Ryan. He's gotten on so many boulders today, and so far the only one he's quit on without a send was the V7 chips, which he's sent before. It's just that he was in the middle of a marathon today. But after a little cost-benefit analysis, this V3-4 became the second one he bailed on today. I will say that crux was unexpectedly difficult for Ryan and the rest of this group that was working on it. Same boulder, moving over to a little V3 mantle problem here on the right-hand side. This one's called Goat Milk. It's really just a few moves, but the crux is really the poor feet.
Slippy boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially a one-move wonder, though. Good one to repeat for a couple extra points. As is this V1 Goatee, which took me at least twice as many moves as Ryan to send. This deep in the day, Ryan's having to really grind it out and earn every V point. The left hand is okay. If you had a foot to oppose it, it's like I could see it working, but that's probably it. That looked good as soon as you put the foot up.
Ah, it's bad.
Is
It's
it?
awful.
Dang.
So slippy.
I tried to climb this boulder, but it was way too hard for me.
There it is.
Oh, skip that left one at first. And that's at like 20 V points on my day, yet somehow as Ryan closes in on 100 V points, he's still out climbing me. If he was doing these climbs at the start of the day, he probably could have powered through and flashed them all without really using beta appropriate to make it feel the grade. Do you know the down climb on that one?
Probably gonna start this thing. It's supposed to be the easiest one.
But when you're forced to keep climbing when you're tired, it also forces you to find better beta. Okay. Ryan's like a V8, V9 climber these days, when he's projecting at least for sure. You know, if you feel so inclined, I can spot and move pads or whatever, but...
Pretty good holds.
And I feel like he has hit a certain point where he could do V1s and V2s almost indefinitely. That's like 20 points to go then, in the home stretch.
They're getting harder.
Yeah. Yeah, and then find that little slot for the left hand when you can. Yep. And then I kind of get scummed up. Yep. Oh yeah, you're in it. Nice. Which is crazy, because honestly, I remember how hard V1 and V2 was when you're first coming outside, even if you've climbed in the gym for a while. And I know how hard they feel for me now, kind of coming back from injuries or not as much climbing as I'd been doing in previous years. Since living in Colorado, he's been climbing like every week consistently.
That's a good way to do it.
I like that.
Make you cut a move.
Yeah.
It's like you see videos of people climbing stuff and it just looks totally easy, but you don't see all the hours and time and energy behind what made it look like that. Ryan has a lot of hours into climbing. He also does some hard sport climbing and is even pushing the trad grade a little bit.
That thing got more fun every time I did it.
Nice.
89.
Sweet. Moser's a mechanical engineer, so you can trust his math. This V2 reminds me a lot of Monkey Bar at Craft Boulders. It's long, juggy, pretty good holds, pretty big moves, and it's the pump that builds on you and sort of the top out that's the crux. Both exceptional climbs at the V2 grade though. I'd love to get back to craft someday soon. Definitely climb Perfect Poser, maybe give Alexisizer another go. Try out the Pearl, Angel Dyno, I don't know. There's so much good stuff out there. Yeah, you're right, it's like a good thing that good right foot is there, otherwise making those moves around would be crazy. This is such a long day of climbing. I feel like I'm kind of losing my mind here in this editing process. And if you've stuck with me this far, do me a favor and stick with me till the end. We're almost there. Ryan's just got a few more points to try to wrap up. 99 points.
It's gonna be done.
Just get it done. I started editing this video like Monday evening and actually thought I was gonna get through it pretty quick, but now it's Saturday afternoon and I need to have it ready for tomorrow to go up on time. New video every Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Nice, dude.
100.
900. That's no joke, man. Of people that I know who have actually counted their points, I'm not sure I've ever...
Should I do an extra credit?
No rest, just right back into it.
Yep. One more. For good luck.
Nice work today, Ryan. Thanks for letting me document it. Don't forget, I got videos going up every Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Usually outdoor bouldering, sometimes maybe some ropes, and on the rarest of occasions, a snowboard sesh or two. At the time I'm recording this voiceover, I've got 936 subscribers, which means the 1,000 sub special's coming really soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Sweet.
And otherwise, we'll catch you next Sunday.
You can't be stopped. I feel like I maybe got about 20 today. Maybe. And I'm pooped.
Let's get home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, the right ring and the left middle are like toast. The left middle is probably the worst one.
Yeah.